Alright guys, what's up? We're gonna be looking at this Hecarim jungle game I played. I felt that I played it really well, and I felt that it showed a lot of team fight, what you need to do in a team fight, and how to look at a team fight. So, I really want to cover this video for you guys. It is a solo queue. I think bottom lane is the only ones that are duoing or whatever. So, yeah. Mostly this video will be about how to approach teamfight as a jungler, what to look out for, how to zone away the damage on the enemy team, especially in this meta. If you're playing the tanky champion, it's very important that you know how much damage you can do, but more importantly you recognize how important your role in teamfight in terms of zoning out the enemy carries are, and how much of a difference that can make if you play it properly. So this is just a standard start. I start on the side with Krugs because top side, especially if like something like GP, it's like how much of a leash can I get? Plus, GP needs to make sure he doesn't fall behind in lane. And starting on the side of Krugs is not that bad for Hecarim. Plus, you get the duo to help you. With the leash, which is always a bit better. Nothing too special here in terms of Hecarim mechanics. If you're curious, you can always ask me in person. They get first blood bottom side, which is really good. So what's going through my mind right now is I back at 450, so just after 3 camps to get my upgrade. I don't go for the crab or anything like that, even though it's free gold and free vision, because number one, bottom side, which is the closest crab, they're already winning. They don't need that extra vision. If Vi comes now, they still have 2v1, you know, or 2-on-2 at best. And I don't want to waste all that time going for the crab, so just back after 3 camps, get your upgraded machete. I smite the Gromp and not the blue because Gromp will give me better returns over time. The Gromp passive, it will help a lot in terms of clearing. I'm gonna get blue buff, and then I'm gonna head top for a gank, I believe. So what's going on in my mind right now is that bottom just got hit, and they're still fighting. On the minimap you can see they're still fighting. Top side it's a bit of fighting, so you know when you're doing your camps and you're just auto attacking, you know, you're just spamming Q, like whatever, like you should look around the map as a jungler and ask yourself, okay, what's going on here? Pantheon's a bit low, GP is also a little bit low, so I'm telling myself, looking at it, Pantheon this pushed this far up. Right now what's going through my mind is Vi could definitely be around. If she did the same route, she could definitely be around. As a jungler, if your pathing is smooth, that means, you know, nothing has interrupted you, you're going through a routine path. What needs to be going through your mind is if the other jungler hasn't showed up yet, there's a chance that they're going to show up in this lane right around this timing. Vi clears around the same speed as Hecarim, so I'm weighing it right now. What's the possibility of Vi showing up and getting a counter gank off? So I look at the lane as well. Say GP just hit 4 as well. Pantheon needs to step a bit far forward, so he steps a bit far forward to get that last hit, and this is where I go in. Right now I make the call to go onto Vi for several reasons. Look at where the rest of the lanes on the minimap are. TF has warded one side, so I'm like, okay, there's not really anything I can do right there. He's pushed like past the river. When I said not anything to do there, there's no Vi there. Bottom side is really where it's at though. They're pushed so far up and they just got killed that there's a very high possibility that Vi might be bottom as well. Higher possibility than top. So I say, okay, let's go in on this. Challenging smite to get the extra damage. I see Pantheon wants to all-in me right here, so I flash away. Escape with just a little bit of health, but enough to make sure that I put enough damage down and GP can get the kill. So just an overall really a solid gank. So look at that. Let's look at that again because that was really, really close and just had to be executed perfectly. So I need to watch and see when exactly Pantheon steps forward. So watch this. He's going to step forward past the melee minions, or almost past the last melee minion, to get that hit. And that's where I say, okay, I'm going to go in now. Charge my E up, smite before the damage hits, the rest of my damage hits, so that this is for challenging smite, so that obviously I can get, you know, that bonus damage, the bonus true damage down. That's enough damage to pick it up, and I escape with just a little bit of HP, so that was close. What's going to happen is that Vi is actually going to show up top a little bit later to fight GP, and she's actually gonna die. She shows up now, which to me is a very strange timing. Past 4 minutes, this gank is coming in late. I don't know what took her so long. I'm sure Vi clears. I know Vi clears as quickly as Hecarim. So either her pathing, she must have done something stupid. Um, maybe, yeah, I don't really know what happened to her, but something messed up. She comes very very late to the lane, and then GP is actually gonna kill her with some orange play and minion damage. So it's just like ridiculous. I don't know. TF is getting dumped on in mid. Stupid TF. You'll see how trash TF is this whole game. Other than that, I say okay. TF died. Whatever. The wave is like not quite pushing towards me yet. I have time to clear jungle farm and then take farm in the middle. So anytime any one of your lanes dies and you're in the area, it's like, yeah, go get the farm. Lane experience is really invaluable as a jungler, and the income as well is pretty darn good. Let's see, Vi spotted right there. You see Vi on the minimap? That ward by Thresh is perfect. This is one of the best things you can do as a support or just as a player. If you're winning your lane, you already have the advantage in terms of items and experience. One thing you do not have the advantage of is numbers if the jungler comes, and vision. By putting deep vision into the enemy jungle, you get that advantage as well. And in terms of numbers, you'll see why. I mean, you think that it's just bottom, but right now what's going through any good jungler's mind is Vi is bottom. There's a potential 3v2, especially because bottom's been losing. There's a very high possibility for 3v2 on their side to try and equalize things bottom. So I love that deep ward from Thresh. It's really really good. I get my level 5 off the minions here, and I say, look, okay, Vi's over there. We can set something up right here. Thresh is already positioning for this, by the way. He's pinging this. I see him sitting in the bush. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. I charge my E in the bush. See, my E is just charging. Wait for it to ramp up a little bit. Smack Vi. Hit her with the smite. Thresh is gonna deny the charge from her. It's just beautiful. I mean, what a great setup from Thresh. This is just, the easiest taking down of the jungler. Vi's already died once top. Died here in the bottom without accomplishing anything. We're just miles ahead of her at this point in time. We're gonna get a little bit of a skirmish here, and I think Kalista messes up a little bit. There's a great pull in from Hecarim. Yeah, right there. Kalista getting knocked up by the Alistar was a little bit silly. I think she could have actually used her martial poise a bit better. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, she uses it forward. As I push Ali kind of towards her. She ran it really early, but they're still gonna get the lane pressure. I managed to somehow get that minion. I don't even know how. And then it's just back into the jungle for me. Yeah, TF is just getting dumped on. This TF is just trash. You'll see. Really, really trash TF. I think I'm gonna pick up the farm in middle. Oh, I'm gonna try and get Orianna, I think. I'm like, okay, Orianna's kinda low. And she doesn't have that much mana. I can definitely try and just smack her a little bit. Charge her my E. Yeah, there's the shield coming in from her. But at least it pushes her out of lane. I'm gonna take all this farm, I think. TF has shown that he's just crappy. Oh man, I missed that farm. Oh, they catch Vi right here once again. So 3 kills on Vi early on, just dying left and right. And I'm like, oh okay. So TF goes top. Orianna has just backed, and it's a cannon minion wave. As a jungler, not only should you be thinking, let me get the farm, you should be thinking, deny the cannon minion. So right here, I want to push the wave up as quickly as possible to get it into the tower. And I think I missed the cannon minion. Yeah, I was so stupid. I was trying to hit it with my Q, but I've pushed the wave all the way into the tower and denied that. You see the cannon minion as well. So, as a jungler, just recognize when are the times to get your lane farm down. And little things to help your laners out, like shoving in a cannon minion, just shoving in even a normal wave into the tower. Yeah, get Cinderhawk, because that's just really strong in the meta right now. And Hecarim will get enough damage with his movement speed scaling from his ulti and Trinity Force, so you don't need to worry too much about that. I don't think GP gets away here, I can't quite remember. Let's see. Gonna take red buff. And I have my ulti now, so I want to make a play. So I think what's going through my mind is I can go mid lane to get Orianna with my ulti, or I cannot. Let's see. I think Thresh makes a pretty good heads up play right here. He's gonna clear the vision at Dragon, and then that opens up Dragon for us. Yeah. So Thresh makes a good play right here. I wasn't too sold on this because TF is really sucky and he has no control mid lane. But I know Vi is very, very far behind, right? And I have my ulti. The big thing is I have my ulti. Kalista has her ulti. TF does not have his ulti, but we've got so much CC if they come in. Like Thresh Hook, TF gold cards, you know, the Terrify. And look at that. Look at that TF locking that blue card though. That threat, man. That threat. That presence. That Dragon Pit presence with the blue card. I get the clear on the Raptor buff with the Raptor buff. TF pings for the blue. And like, I mean, this is just like a solo queue kind of tip. If your mid laner struggling, you know, they've already died twice, you can donate like the first blue buff over to them, like, you know, like, cause that maybe will help them stabilize later lane, like just safe wave clear with the blue buff. But like I kind of know he's just gonna feed it away, so it's a little bit wasted. Over here in the top side, GP's like being manly and 2v1ing, and I try and save him, but in the end, it was I think the challenging smite and the red buff from Vi that killed him, so it's a little bit sad. Maybe if I no. So it's a good thing I didn't flash ulti right there. Challenging smite plus red buff. I mean, all that ticking damage would most likely have killed GP, and it did kill GP. So you know, know when to use your summoner spells. You don't have to. I wouldn't have had to use my flash to get the other kill. You know, so that was pretty easy. Got my Cinder Hulk at around 11 minutes. That's a pretty decent pace. Orianna going down. There's just a bunch of pings being spammed. Back, 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 back. So, okay, the moment I see this, I'm like, look, I don't have my ulti. Like, maybe I can get down there with my E, but like, it doesn't matter. Look, like, TF has his ulti, which he's gonna do something really stupid with. Actually, that's a decent ulti. But what's going through my mind now is that they already have vision of Orianna going down. What I want to do is shove the mid wave into the tower to cancel out Orianna. I really don't think they should have taken this fight the moment they saw the TF ult go down, because we see Vi and Pantheon like coming. That's like a 5v4. And you can see right here, we don't actually have anything from Thresh. He's out of mana. So Kalista and TF, they commit to the fight, and I'm already down the river. And I'm like, okay, if they bunch up right here, I can probably land. I try and land the kill onto Orianna, and I do get the kill. But then after that, it becomes like a 4v2 with Kalista, who doesn't do enough damage, unfortunately, which is a little bit sad. She does get one more kill onto the Pantheon, but it's not enough. So that was a pretty bad series of events. Yeah, I definitely shouldn't have gone in right there, especially after Thresh was out of the fight. Like, he was out of mana, so that was effectively picking a 5v3, and TF was already dead like at the start of that too. So it was like a 5v2, which is honestly to get 2 for 2. Yeah, I mean Thresh is saying it now. Was like okay, and the fact that we didn't lose any objectives made it okay, and the fact that GP got top means like overall for our team, not too bad. But if you think about the ideal situation, if we had just held them, if we had just like sat under the tower, there's no dragon for them to take, they don't want to dive, on the tower, and they're all bought already. So GP would have gotten top tower for free, So yeah, I mean hindsight is 2020, but I personally, you watch this on your own, and regardless of TF's positioning, regardless of Thresh being out of mana, regardless of Kalista going in, you yourself were involved. You yourself made a decision to be in there, and that's another kill that was unnecessary, right? That was another kill for the enemy team that was completely unnecessary. This is where it becomes very clear that TF is trash. Thresh is moving up from river, or moving from our jungle to their jungle. TF is pushing up the lane. He has all the positioning in the world to go and help Thresh. Instead, he continues to farm. I don't understand this. GP is even coming in with his ult, and I say, look, if we're already going to use one ult, then we should just commit to it, because I thought TF would come over as well. TF is just going to die right now. It's just a trash player. Flashes away when Vi has ulti, by the way, so I don't even know what kind of flash that was. Yeah. I'm just calling out TF for being blind. Like, to me, this kind of thing needs to be called out. Like, if it's just like a solo play, like TF going mad or ham, or like, just doing ridiculous stupid shit, then like, I'm not gonna call him out. But like, if Thresh and the entire team, or not the entire team, but it's like somebody else on the team is making a play and establishing like vision, so actually it is a whole team play, like, you can't afford to be this bad. You cannot afford to be this bad. I don't care if it's solo queue. Like, somebody else on your team is looking to establish vision, establish a team play for you, and you're just too stupid or too selfish or too lazy to help. Like, you're just a trash player. Yeah, so I just tell the team, snowball bottom, mid is trash, top is fine. Like, this is not me wanting to bash on TF. This is what we need to do to win the game. So, like, GP shouldn't be looking to ulti mid anymore. That's like what I mean by don't go mid. And like, look at that blue card, that presence, yo. Bottom side, they're managing to duo 2v3, so that's really good. I'm gonna get red and then bottom. That's what I'm telling them. Yeah. So I typed to them as well, red to bottom. Like, I see bottom, and as a solo queue player, no matter what role you're playing, jungle, top, mid, blah, 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 whatever, like, assess the rest of your lanes and be like, what do we really need to win this game? If Kalista gets fed, that's great. And if Thresh has shown that he knows how to not only make like mechanical plays, like he knows how to get vision down as well, like make vision plays. So I know, like, yeah, if I go bottom, good things are gonna happen because I can trust this Thresh. So like, see, yeah, I go bottom, he hooks onto Lucian. I mean, that's just beautiful, and it's like, yo, easiest kill ever. Look at that swag red card coming in from TF. It's just beautiful. That beautiful red card. I could have ultied maybe to cancel out Alistar, but Dragon's coming up in like soon, so I was like, whatever, it's not gonna lead to any objective, or rather we need it for the objective, so we can get Dragon now. So yeah, as a solo queue player, when you don't know like anything about the other players on your team, like, quickly learn who are the people that not only have good mechanics but have good like decision making and like a good grasp of what's needed to win the game. Like, and there are ways you can quickly pick up on this. So again, that deep ward that Thresh put in for to spot out the Vi, yeah, like, that was one big signal to me, like, okay, this Thresh knows what he's doing. Yeah, and then other things to like help you decide whether or not a player's just trash is like TF. Yeah, like when your support is roaming towards your lane and you're already pushing up, and then suddenly you decide like, oh, like, actually I don't want to come help you, and like GP's ulting as well, and like, actually I don't care. Yeah, it's like not so much that it was even a bad play. It's like Thresh moving there with Box, with GP ulti, Hecarim ulti, and Twisted Fate is like, we can win that. It was a 3v2, so I don't really know. Yeah, basically TF is just trash. So you just have to like get that into your mind. Like, can we win this 5v4? Or rather, how do we win this 5v4? And to me, what's going through my mind is look to Thresh to make plays, get Kalista fed, GP is fine on his own. Like, that's how I'm going to proportion my focus in this game, especially as a jungler, with regards to, focusing which lanes. Which lane do I focus? I pick up my phage right here because I know I'm pretty big and I have a good amount of HP. I have like 2000 HP um, from both the Cinder Hulk as well as the Sightstone. So I don't need to get like so I can start building in the Trinity Forest. I don't need to get anything crazy like um, you know, Sunfire Cape or anything like that. Right here, Thresh is again making a big play, and I'm just like, okay, I don't want Vi to get away, so I just ulti her, gets the shutdown money, and then we're just gonna duel here. There's Orianna. I flash away because I know that, you know, Thresh and I can't win a 2v3 like that, and I definitely don't want to die, you know, not with double buffs on me. And it's gonna save the turret. It's gonna save the turret. I think Thresh makes a really big play here. He's gonna hook the Pantheon. Just beautiful. So I go in for just a bit more damage. I mean, like, see, this is what I'm talking. This is what I'm talking about. When you have a player like this Thresh that turns around, you know, I mean, yes, off GPO, but once TF was down, he was basically 1v3 until I came in there. He lands the hook, lands the box on Vi to get her low enough. And then, you know, that sets up a really easy kill for me. And then now 2v3, he gets a hook under the tower, solos out the and that gets this Pantheon, you know, basically soloed out. And it's just beautiful. So I know, like, even though he's low on HP, this guy has given me enough confidence that I can follow through, you know, and look for plays. So I dodge out the headbutt from Alistar. I'm just juking around, leveling up my E or charging up my E. Here Alistar makes a good play. He headbutts me away as I try to move around Orianna to get damage. Orianna's gonna use the dissonance and I don't want to chase on the tower for that. So I don't. GP gets another tower top, so he's doing a beast job just pushing, and we get, you know, a whole bunch of towers here. GP falls down because of that, but you know, it don't really matter. I'm just zoning them away. I think I'm gonna drop into the jungle to get some vision down. They're pinging. Okay, so they're pinging their tier 2 right now, and I'm like, okay, we've got Alistar and Orianna low. What we don't have is we don't have vision in their right side jungle. So if Lucian comes over and gets a flank off, you know, with say something like a Pantheon out, things are just gonna be hella messy. So I'm like, alright, I need to get the deep vision down for our team. So I drop one ward there, and I say I want to drop one ward over here. Just give us total vision of this portion of the map. I see Lucian still farming the bottom side, so I don't have to get into position to zone him away just yet. But I look at the rest of my team. We've got Sentinels here. I look at the rest of my team, and it looks like, okay, they're still posturing here. So I set up my pink ward. Say, there's no way they're gonna get a flank off this. Lucian comes over. I charge up my E, and unfortunately he doesn't commit. And TF blue cards. I'm not sure if you guys saw that right there, but the blue card is so real. Alright, watch this. So I don't want to show right now. I don't want to show right now because if Lucian goes over, it's like the easiest squeeze. You know, if he moves over here, he moves into this portion, it's the easiest squeeze. But he doesn't, so that's a bit sad. This choke right here is actually a little bit dangerous to fight because of Orianna. But that blue card from TF is the stupidest shit ever because you see what that allows Vi to do is actually get her ulti off. This is huge. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Watch the blue card lock. It's gonna land on Vi. The ball is gonna come onto Vi. Vi ultis because she's not CC'd. Knocks away everybody so they can't damage her. They can't damage Vi. They're being knocked aside. And that just leads to her getting all that damage down with the excessive force, by the way. The excessive blows or whatever you want to call that. Excessive force, yeah, the E. In this line with Pantheon, with Orianna ult. Oh my goodness, it's just brutal. It's brutal. Lucian's barely scratching me now. I don't know what he's doing. Massaging my back or something. Stupid Lucian. And there you can see. Everyone's just like, are you serious right now, bro? Alright, I just want to push them away. I say, GP, back off. I don't really know why he went that way, to be honest. Alistar's gonna fail his combo, thankfully. And I want to go bottom. So at this point in time, this is why I think I want to cover this video, because in certain things like decision making like this, you'll see that sometimes you got to make a tough decision. I say, okay, there's a wave bottom, but there's the tier 1 in mid, and I have my ulti. And they're not exactly that healthy, you know. They've used cooldowns, Alistar's ulti's down. We might be able to get a squeeze right here, especially if they don't have vision. So I come in from the side, I'm like, whoa, okay, look. Nobody wants to go in. Kallista's not there. TF's still in base, even though he has ulti. But I say, look, nobody wants to go in. So even though I got a perfect flank off, and they're actually in a position for a really nice ulti, there's no follow-up. There's no follow-up. Don't initiate. Just do not initiate, right? So you gotta be, even if the enemy gives you the opportunity, you gotta make sure your team is there to follow up. And you know, GP was back, Kalista wasn't there, TF is totally undependable. I'm playing this game, you know, in a 4v5 mentality right now. What can me, GP, Thresh, and Kalista do to win this game? TF is not in this game anymore for me, and obviously because of that, I'm like, alright, Kalista really needs this farm. You know, we're gonna need her damage. And I'm already doing pretty well for myself. I'm 4-1 and 5. Like I'm beasting over these fools, man. I'm rich enough. I don't need this money. Yeah. I look at who's fed. I press tab. I always check, and then it's like, okay, look, a whole bunch of people are fed, but the most annoying one is like Orianna. So I'm like, okay. And they have a good bunch of CC too. You know, they've got Pantheon, Stun, and all that kind of nonsense. So Merctreads is just a good choice. I mean, they have a fair bit of physical damage, but that's easy to itemize against. Oh man, they're just gonna get wrecked right here. And yeah, unfortunately, like, we have good vision bottom side, but I think they got a little too aggressive onto the Pantheon ulti. I probably would have made that play too, because Pantheon looked like he didn't have backup, but you know, he did, so tough life. TF, you can see, this is really annoying. He doesn't actually take down the turret, and then he goes back in for it. But then he still doesn't get it. It's like, if you want to stay for the turret, you stay for the turret, you get it, and then you peace out. You don't be half-hearted about it, because that gives the enemy time to close in on you. Orianna and Alistar are going to close in on him. He's dead, I think. I can't really remember. He should be dead. No, I don't know. He gets away. What the heck? Yeah. So I'm just telling my team, like, don't care about mid already. Like, I've already stopped talking about mid, because to me, he's no longer in this game. He's like such a trash player that in terms of playing a ranked solo queue, you know, victory, getting that victory, I can't afford to consider this guy on my team. Yeah, so I'm telling my team, like, don't even think he can do anything. Like, don't think that. This guy literally can't do shit. He's literally not in this game. That's how bad this TF is. So I'm telling my team, it's not blaming. It's like, it's realistic. It's so the rest of us know how to play. Like, I'm willing to work with, like, these four. Like, make calls. Say, you know what, let's go. This is not like raging, it's not BM, it's just, if you're not gonna be that fifth member on the team, you're not on the team, alright? The rest of us, we're gonna do what it takes to win. So we're heading to Dragon now. Let's fast forward this a little bit. We're just starting Dragon. I don't think this fight goes very well for us, but we get the Dragon in the end. Kalista runs really early or something? Yeah, she runs pretty early. I see a good opportunity to ult onto Lucian as well as Orianna. But then right here, what happens is I look at where Lucian is and I say I can definitely get to him, and it's also an exit path, you know, because everyone's tunneling right here, and I'm too low to contribute much to Kalista. Like, I know I'll just get chain CC'd and I'll just die with her if I commit to this center fight, or these three people down here. So I want to get Lucian and then I want to peace out. So I flash the wall and I flash into him, and then I just start running. So what that did is it removed Lucian from the fight, and it also got me out. Unfortunately, removing Lucian from the fight didn't make a huge difference because number one, GP wasn't there. which is really bad by him actually. And TF was like, I don't even know where he is, man. Like, literally, this game is 4v5. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about TF that much anymore, just because he's so trash. Like, there's nothing to say. I mean, really, the only thing to learn from TF's play this game is like, if you ever run into this kind of player that just doesn't know what they're doing, just immediately ask yourself, okay, the four of us, what can we do to win? And that's how you carry. And like, you tell yourself, like, I'm not gonna make any mistakes. I'm gonna make sure that I have all my basics down and lead the rest of my team. So I tell my team, yeah, we're playing 5v4. Like, look at that swag red card that didn't even hit enough of the minions. It's so bad. And that blue card, wow, that dominating presence with that blue card. So I'm considering how exactly can I go in right here, and I can't. You know, GP is a bit too low. GP is landing some good poke, and GP will continue to be this strong poke machine. I run into Vi right here. I don't do the best job. I get enough damage down, but then I stupidly walk past her and allow her to get over the wall. TF ults, and then he ults like Vi, which is like, okay. Like, Vi, she's already dead, and stupid challenging smile. I didn't manage to land my Q to actually cancel out Pantheon. Like, Vi was already dead. Vi was already out of the fight. Like, this kind of TF ult is like the kind of TF ult where the enemy team is just like, yeah, you got a kill on me, but number one, Hecarim was probably already gonna chase me down. Number two, I'm already out of the fight. Like, you don't get anything off that. I mean, it's a good thing we got the tier 2 in mid because of, you know, just the wave was in our favor. But like, yeah, it's so bad. This TF play is just really trash. The enemy team makes a good play right here. They see me pushing up bottom and they immediately go for Baron after taking out TF. Kallista's top as well, so they count it. At most, at a moment's notice, they have a 5v3 situation. Ugh. A decent hook by Thresh. It's an okay box. It gives an opportunity for the team to kind of get an angle, for GP to get an angle onto Baron, but by that time it's too late. See, Thresh makes a really good heads up play. He talismans while GP is still in range. So they get the Baron. What I'm telling myself right there is that, yeah, it was sloppy by me to stay in bottom that long. But at the same time, I think even if I was around, a confident shot caller would have just said 5v4, force the Baron, and then come to the team fight. Now this is where they overdive. GP gets a decent ult because it actually clears away the minion wave, and the enemy team is playing it very aggressively. They know that they have a 5v3, but look at this. Yeah. Alistar is zoned out, so they don't have a CC. GP is being really boss in terms of like trying to block everybody. I get a monster ult right here, which is huge. It splits out all three of them. Lucian takes some tower damage, is still gonna get killed. Thresh is still alive. It's pretty crazy. I think a quadra kill right here. Yeah, this is the chase from Trinity Force. This is beast item on Hecarim. Smack that cow. And that wipes out 4 out of 5 Baron buffs. So the enemy team right here made a pretty stupid mistake by overdiving, but at the same time, yeah, they really shouldn't have overdove. And if they had just been a bit more patient, like, yeah, GP cleared one wave, it's like, well, wait for your second wave, or like with Alistar, go get tier 2 bottom, you know. It was a very aggressive play to dive when they had a numbers advantage, but Kalista was coming up, and number 2, you don't have vision of Hecarim. And if you're going to go that far into the enemy base, you need to make sure that you're able to outplay the Hecarim ulti, and they definitely weren't. And they just got smashed because of that. So right now I'm just pushing up the wave. I'm so strong right now with Trinity Force, and I'm 8-1 and 6 with almost 3000 HP, and I'm looking again at what I need to bring to the team fight. I have more than enough damage for my Trinity Force now. I'm so strong. So I say, okay, let me get Randuin's, because once I use my ulti onto Lucian and whoever else is in the backline, I'm gonna use Randuin's, and they won't even be able to solo me out. Like looking at the rest of my team, right? There isn't somebody that can dive alongside me, like say a Maokai or like a Sion or like a Lissandra, you know, like there's no dive buddy with me. So when I hit the back line, after the fear wears off, I'm gonna be all alone, and there's a very big potential that I'm gonna get chain CC. That's why I got Merc Treads. I'm gonna get Focus Fire down. That's why I'm gonna get Randuin's, and that's why I have Challenging Smite as well, to make sure Lucian can't do that much damage to me. So my build path is really, really solid this game, um, and that's the position I put myself in by playing this well. You know, by being 8-1-6 at 26 minutes in. Right here, we don't pick the best fight. Vi's a little bit out of position, but not enough. I mean, there's a very, very good ulti from Vi, from Orianna onto Kalista with alongside Vi, along with just everybody in the choke. And you see right here, this is what happens when I don't have my completed build yet. Like, I get to the back line and there's nobody there to back me up. And I can't stick to them as well because I don't have my Randuins to slow, so I just have to peace out. So I'm counting my flash right now. I'm like, oh shit, like 1 second, I flash away from Vi, and actually I go like, oh shit, that was actually a stupid flash because there's no way I'm getting out. I'm like, maybe I can do enough damage to Orianna, but nah, it doesn't work out. That was really sad. I think this is where we give away the first dragon to them. Or something. Yeah, TF actually gold cards. Like, wow, surprise. Look at the chain CC coming in from them. How beast. Look at that red card, though. That red card presence. Oh my gosh. Thresh actually misses a hook right here. I'm not even sure how he missed that. And then, Kalista doesn't respect the Vi turn. Has to flash away, which is a little bit sad. And they get our inhibitor, which is a pretty big deal. I'm pinging dragon because it's like, yo, that's gonna be up. There's no way I can stop it though. Yeah. So I just time it. I think I timed it. Yeah, I mean they're discussing team fight and whatever, and like Kalista's smart to know that she can't really show up until the Vi or Orianna are, you know, kind of mispositioned or have committed to the fight already and burnt their ultis. And when I see people talking like that in chat, like I need to be thinking as well. So I'm thinking, okay, look, Kalista's not gonna show up until Orianna and Vi have used certain abilities, like their ultimates. So as a jungler and as a tank, what I should be asking myself is there anything I can do to force those spells out of Orianna, out of Vi? Vi not so much, because like there's no way Vi's gonna ult me, but like Orianna ulti, yeah, you know, or Orianna shield or Orianna ball to try and control me. I said, yeah, I'm gonna go for Orianna in the team fight. I'm gonna make sure that she gets zoned out and that she doesn't have an easy, you know, she doesn't have easy access to Kalista. That's my role as the tank jungler, as the front line. It's, you're not gonna get to my AD carry, or if you're gonna get to my AD carry, you're gonna have a really hard time to doing it, and my AD carry is gonna be ready. So that's what's running through my mind right now, and I'm building that way too. So I'm telling them, look, GP's got good poke, and yeah, GP's got good poke, and we can just back. The only thing is we have to carry their hard engage, like Orianna with Vi, Alistar, even Pantheon to start a fight. GP's actually could have won this duo, but it's not even duo, it's just 2v1. He's got minimal warding top side, so a bit of a stupid move by him. I can't go bottom because if I do, then they'll just go down mid and like 5v4 and win the game. So I tell myself, okay, I gotta go back. TF can't even hit cards on the entire wave. That's how trash he is. I say, alright, team fight's coming. Don't need that pink ward. What I really need is more defense. So I see them drop a ward there. I say, okay, they're gonna push tier 2 topside. We need some vision to make sure like nothing shitty happens. And I drop a really bad ward, and then I drop another one. I don't really remember what happens here. I think they just take the tier 2 for free. Is there a team fight here? I feel like there is a team fight here, and this is where I get some really good ults onto Orianna and Lucian. Yeah, okay, so Alistar's out of position right here. He flashes away. And this narrow position in this corridor is actually really dangerous for us. So, okay, what's going through my mind right now though? Okay, this is really important. This is a good example of how to play split team fight. Right now what's going on through my mind is that two of the biggest damage dealers, on top of me pointing out that there's no gold card or screaming for TF to get a gold card, is that two of the main damage dealers, Pantheon and Lucian, are at this side. There's Orianna and Vi on the other side, but look at where Kalista is. Kalista is not yet in that team fight, so I know I have the opportunity or this window to zone away the Pantheon and the Lucian. I'm not gonna get Vi and Orianna, but that's fine. I'm not gonna get the Vi and the Orianna, or I'm not zoning them away, but that's fine because Kalista's not there yet. So I push them away and then I come back here. And we're playing around this choke pretty well. Finally a good gold card from TF, and this is actually a decent place for me to get my ulti down, but I know we can draw them deeper. I'm looking at Kalista again. Kalista hasn't committed to the fight yet. So I say, okay, we don't have to commit just yet. Vi has already gone very deep. That should be a very easy kill for us. Look at Kalista's position. This is beautiful. The moment Vi gets over here, she backs off. This is perfect. Lucian dashes in. This is like, boom, the biggest indicator for me that I'm gonna get a massive monster ult right now, and he's right on top of Orianna in the middle of GP ulti. This is them being so greedy to fight in this choke because they're strong in chokes, but hey, so is Hecarim, so is GP with his ulti, and I'm just like, bam, y'all gonna get wrecked. You know, so I just smashed them. You can see Orianna has to use her ulti to try and peel me away from her and Lucian, but you've already missed positioning. You're gonna die. You're just gonna die. You know, this is so easy. So I peel back a little bit because I know I don't need to chase. We've already won the fight. And it's just like, boom, okay, GP flashes, which honestly is a little bit wasted. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go hunt the Alistar. Or the whatever this guy's face is. What's his name? I smack the minion for the Phage proc. And then it's just like, okay, he's dead. I think he's actually gonna flash over the wall or something stupid. Oh no, he actually jumps, which is pretty smart, but then GP poison kills him. And then I'm gonna go for the Alistar. Okay, so let's look at that team fight again. Wait, let me kill Alistar first. One more hit. One more hit. Okay. Okay. So right here, they're split. Kalista still hasn't shown. I'm like, alright. Finally a good gold card from TF. This is a nice culling. Vi overcommits right here. A good flash from TF to actually bring him away from Vi means that she's really out of position. GP lands a decent ulti. It would have been better if it was a little bit farther back. But anyways, it zones them out. We're on to Vi right now. And they get so greedy. Lucian dashing in right here is just a huge mistake. I land a massive monster ulti onto them. So easy right there. Orianna Shockwave committed onto me, but it doesn't even matter at this point. And that was just a really, really solid ulti from me when they overcommitted. One is that team fight. Easy. We're gonna get Baron off that. Very, very easy. Kalista actually rends properly or something. I don't know. I miss smite. I'm bad jungler. And now that I've gotten my rend wins, I say, okay, what else do I need, or what would be the strongest magic resistant item now? Because Orianna still does a fair bit of damage, and she's got consistent, you know, slowing down and all this kind of nonsense with her short cooldowns. So I say, I'm gonna get Spirit Visage. Synergizes well with my W, gives me cooldown reduction. Really solid. And I tell my team, I'm big enough now to zone Ori Lucian if I can get them in a good position for my ulti. This is signaling to my team how we're gonna play the team fight. And I have this I have the confidence to say this because I saw how Kalista positioned in the last team fight. You know, it's just perfect positioning, and we forced the enemy to, you know, really, really tunnel and overcommit. And I say we can look for those opportunities again. So I think right here I find a flank onto Lucian, but it's like, okay, team's not ready, so I just like drive by, no problem whatsoever. I want to go get deep wards down. So I get that down. Clear out this bush. Don't know why TF is backing right now. I'm guessing Dragon's not yet back up. I'm not too sure why I back. This is really good though. You see Kalista and Thresh wanted to hit bottom to clear the wave, but they looked at middle coming down and they said, look, we can't afford to go bottom. Like, yeah, we're gonna miss out all that farm, but we can't afford for the inhibitor to go down. So, you know, Kalista and Thresh are playing with enough confidence, or are playing with enough skill and enough intelligence that it gives me confidence that I can carry this game, you know, with these other two. So right here, Thresh is gonna make a hook, but he's actually gonna get chunked out pretty badly by Pantheon over the side of the wall. GP makes a decent ulti. What's okay about this ulti is that it zones them towards us, and I can actually land a really good ulti. I'm in the bush right now, right? They know I'm in the bush, but they have to like be really careful. I see Orianna and Lucian right on top of each other, and it's just like bam, ulti time. You know, I get a 3-man fear as well. I pop my Randuins. Lucian is just getting absolutely shit on right now by me. He's just getting massively messed up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're just crushing them right now. I see Kalista moving forward, and if Kalista's moving forward, I need to move forward. I get punched by Vi because of that. It's a little bit sloppy, but I'm a freaking tank, man. I'm gonna take that to the face. But I don't want her to land execute on me from the third hit, so I peace out and I live. That's 4th dragon for us because of that too. So really, really great timing. And just to look at that team fight again, you gotta look at the opportunities that come to you, right, in terms of engaging. And if you can get their backline, you know, the Orianna and the Lucian, the two of the really big damage dealers with your ultimate, you know, that is a golden opportunity. I think I might even get Pantheon as well. And that 3-man fear, you know, on those 3 damage dealers. Oh my gosh, a 5-man fear. Oh my goodness. That was ridiculous. I didn't even think I got 3, and I got 5 of them. Let's watch that again. The GPL really just funneled them into it. Let's see. Bam! Oh no, that was a flay from Thresh, but still, 4-man, and then I block all the culling damage, and I just dump onto Lucian. So crazy. That was good stuff. Get punched by Vi, but I still survive. But yeah, that positioning. When the carries are layered on top of one another, go for that engage, right? Go for that engage. Your whole team is there to follow up as well. So even though it's a very, you know, beastly, aggressive engage right into the middle of the enemy team, you know, that's what you do as this huge tank. And if your team is ready to back you up, you know, you've caused so much disruption. You know, Lucian had to unleash his culling, trying to create distance or get damage down from a distance. Orianna was also like, what the hell is going on? Got this massive undead centaur dude in my face, and then she just gets dumped on. Easy, easy, easy. TF is finally going to do something useful, which is taking towers. And I'm massive right now, right? I'm 11-13. So I said, you know, keep this up. I can keep zoning out Lucian and Ori. Just care that they might engage first next time. So one of the things you need to do to become a better League of Legends player is always consider what the enemy team would do to get back into the game. So after they saw that fight, the shot caller on their team, or whoever, you know, even though it's solo queue, basically the person that really wants to win on their team should be saying, look, the reason why we lost that was number 1, our carries got bunched up, and number 2, we let them engage on us. You know, the Hecarim, the GP all just smashed us, and they need to look at, you know, something like just engaging on GP or on TF. Like anybody except the Hecarim, you know, if they can pick that person off and just immediately get the Vi ult and the Orianna on them, like you're not gonna get Kalista. Fine, get Thresh, get TF, like engage like that, and then fight the 5v4. Like that's what we need to be careful of. So I said they might engage first next time, like be careful. I've got more or less a full build right now. I've got 4,000 HP and almost, you know, and 150 plus resistances. So I'm massive right now, and I do like a ton of damage with my Trinity Force already. So I'm smashing these fools, you know. But my role in the team fight still is keep their carries away or just totally kill them, and make sure that Kalista has that space to move forward for her own damage. Alright, I think we're just stalling right here. Okay, so right here, TF. Oh, my dear TF. You know, this is what I was talking about, for them to engage first. Like, if you're not gonna get Kalista, get the TF. I just warned them about this, you know? But TF decides to just position stupidly, gets engaged on, has to flash away. GP lands a nice ulti right here because they're already committing to it. So once again, Orianna and Lucian on top of each other. I'm like, uh-oh, y'all done now. That's a good dash from Lucian to get away from me, avoids the fear. And because of that, Lucian has flashed away, he's dashed away, he's out of this fight. Right now, as the frontliner, I say Lucian is out of the fight already. I don't need to keep chasing him. He's not doing damage to my backline. He's not a threat anymore. I focus on Orianna because she's the next closest to me, and I see Kalista coming up. I just need to make sure Kalista has enough freedom to move forward. So look at that. I zone out Orianna. She pops on. I say, okay, then I'm going to go for Lucian. He dashes away again. Backwards, you're out of the fight. I turn my attention back to the rest of my team. How many people can I keep alive? You know, how many of my teammates can I give them the freedom to keep pushing forward, right? Keep pushing forward. I don't care about Alistar. I really don't care about Alistar. We don't have the minion wave. I want a tank. I want the turret. Right? So let's watch that team fight again. Okay, so right here, TF is going to be stupid. He's like, ooh, gold card. I wonder, you know, let me learn how to throw gold cards. Gets wrecked right here, flashes away, and right here, Lucian and Orianna, bam! Lucian does a good job dashing away. I think he still gets hit by the E or something, you know, something hits him really hard. I think it's my ulti or something. So he's zoned out. He flashes and dashes away. Orianna shield on him too. I say immediately switch focus, get onto Orianna. She's the next closest thing. Just do all the damage, zone her out. Static Shiv actually smacks her pretty hard. She has the Zanya, so okay, she's done, out of the fight for now. I chase a little bit far on the Lucian, but it's okay. The rest of my teammates managed to stay alive long enough, and then I'm just going on Orianna. She gets wrecked. And then from there, it's easy. It's not worth it to chase Alistar. I look at it, he still has mana, and I don't want him to waste time just delaying me. You know, he can still headbutt me away, knock me up, and my team needs somebody to tank the turret. So, you know, you gotta make the heads up play. It's not worth it to chase all the way. I'm not gonna use my E on the structures. We have enough structure damage. I want to use my E to peace out. I think I go bottom just for a bit of farm, and then head back to base. Right here I say, okay, I'm gonna upgrade my scanner, and then I'm gonna get Elixir of Iron so that my team can keep moving forward. You know, the way the team fight's been shaping up is that I zone away the back line, and then that gives Kalista enough space to move forward, to move forward, to move forward. That I'm giving her that space and that confidence to move forward. So Elixir of Iron will be really good. Increased size, of course, means it's easier for me to body block things like the culling and all that kind of nonsense. The tenacity is a little bit sad. So actually, when I was, you know, recording the sound, obviously in the original game, I was thinking to myself to switch to Tabi. And if this game, you know, went a little longer, I would have gone Tabi and then just bought, you know, Elixir of Iron continuously. So I'm telling my team, care, I'm clearing top. We've already got top down, mid down. So, you know, there's nothing left. Dragon's not spawning just yet. So we can make a play top. TF is getting blue. Kalista's getting red, so we don't want to go too deep right now. Thresh actually very aggressive with his warding right there. But look, Orianna bottom side, you know, that ward spotting her. So I say, okay, you know what? We can go top. I'm pinging Baron and saying it's coming up in 1 minute. We can go top. Orianna just back. You know, there's no kind of big shockwave play going to be coming in the next, you know, 30 seconds or so. We've got that window. Pantheon shows bottom, so I ping that just to show people, you know, that's what's up. And then I ping mid. Look, if Pantheon is bottom, yes, he's going to have his ulti, but we have a window to go. GP, you know, he knows this is the kind of play you need to make. Like, you have to know it's a small window. Pantheon's probably backing in the brush, you know, right around here right now. It's a really small window. He gets a massive hit onto Orianna, drops her to below half HP. Lucian has already used his culling, so he's very, very forward. Once again, I get onto Orianna and Lucian. Not the best ulti from me, but look at that. They're zoned away from the pie. I get them both, I think. Oriana's gonna have Zhonya's, but it doesn't matter. I'm so tank right now that they're just gonna get dumped on. TF comes in with what? Oh, surprise! A red card. Lol. But that's gonna be game. So that was just oh the blue card, the blue card, the blue card. I even have time to type the blue card and drop to 30 HP. I come back in for the massive hit with my my charge, a devastating charge. Just smashed them. But you could see right there, the window, right? Pantheon bottom. Even if he wants to channel his ulti, he's got to move up to at least, you know, halfway through the river. So I ping, I say I'm going, I'm coming, I'm coming. GP, fantastic heads up play, just unleashes his ulti onto Oriana and Lucian, gets them to commit to the fight, you know. TF from the side is just like whatever. I actually make a pretty poor ulti onto Lucian because I don't get the fear. But look at what happens. Because I'm creating that zone and I have Oriana and Lucian, you know, running away or just scared, you know, witless, Kalista has the confidence to come into this fight, as well as the fact that we know we have a 5v4. I mean, Pantheon's gonna show up now. It's too late, man. Your Oriana's dead, your Lucian's dead, and that was just a really, really great, you know, play from us to get that team fight down, you know, before Pantheon even rejoined. And the blue card, oh my goodness, the blue card, crazy. Yep. So that's it, man. Crushed them. Alright, so there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm hoping that this video showed you a little bit above the decision making and the kind of plays, you know, the windows of opportunity, the positioning of the enemy, you know, all these little opportunities that are presented to you, and then you immediately take them, right? You just say, you made a huge mistake and I'm gonna punish you for that. That's the kind of play that you'll see is just really satisfying, really fulfilling, and you got to be sharp about it, right? You got to be able to always look out for those opportunities, that little misstep, that dash forward, you know, that bad timing in terms of pushing from the enemy, and just go, right? The moment you see that, punish the enemy team. Always be ready to punish enemy team for mistakes they make like that. And of course, have the confidence, have the mechanics to back that kind of play up, because, you know, late game situations like that, you need to be able to make sure that if you're going to go that aggressive, you got the confidence and you got the mechanics to pull off that play. But really what it comes down to is first of all being able to ascertain that this is the situation available to you, this is the opportunity available to you, and you should be able to take it. Yeah, you have to be able to recognize it, being able to take it and execute it. You know, sometimes it doesn't go well, but that's just a practice thing, you know. Even from a theoretical perspective, watching this game, say you should be able to recognize that that window is open to you, and that's the biggest thing. So alright guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed that. Bye bye.